Hello there and welcome to another Wargame Red Dragon commentary video from me, Bubblebox, and today we're back on straight to the point. I'm going Marine deck and I'm playing with Nula, a friend of mine, and he's got a couple of people, Sonan and Mr. Jin. We're playing against a team of Joker, Nabaka, Zer and Raymond Saint. All have had pretty good percentages. Now we're playing Conquest up to 1,000 points. So it's a bit of a land grab at the start, and Nula decided he wants to fly and do a massive air assault over to Delta, and he's going to take Sonan with him to support him, which leaves just me and this other chap, Mr. Jin, to do everything else. So now I've got a Marine deck. I didn't really know exactly what was happening, but I certainly don't want to be battling over land with a Marine deck. So I'm going for Lima and Kilo with my two CVs, and Mr. Jin, is it? Mr. Jin is going to go for November and Oscar. Now, Mr. Jin hasn't got a lot out either, apart from some more basically anti-air choppers and stuff like that. So the problem with going for this is, I believe it works against players that maybe aren't as experienced, because you can take them by surprise, but against experienced players this sometimes doesn't work. And if it doesn't work and you lose all your forces, then you can be in big trouble in the game. So let's see how this game panned out, and also why the title of this game is called as it is, and you'll see why that is later on in the game. So you can see that Sonan has brought out a couple of Air Superiority Fighters, and Nulat has brought out 4 Air Superiority Fighters, as well as all these links and stuff, and a CV which is going to try and take Delta with. Now the first thing we'll see is they've got Air Superiority Fighters out ready. 6 of them in fact, and these Soviet and type aircraft are really good. Now all of his planes are chasing these Su-27s, and all of their planes are chasing the planes that are chasing the Su-27s. Ends up in a bit of a circle, but Mr. Jin brings in a couple of Rafales as well, and they bring in a couple more Air Superiority Fighters, his MiG-23s also. So a massive air battle right at the start of the game. I'm not sure who came out on top, to be honest, because you can't see the deaths because it's a conquest game and you can't see the points. However, they push on, Sonan and Nula, into Delta. There's still Air Superiority Fighters flying around. They need to get these Rafales out because planes can only shoot when they're in front, and these are obviously turning quicker than the Rafales. Now I bring in some dogfighters, these Phantom 2s. These have got a very tight turning circle, and I bring these in just to support what's left, these forces here. Now if I didn't bring these in, these would have just got shot down, I think. Now they've had to evac, but they do bring some more in. I keep my Phantoms flying around here a little bit, and I will turn them shortly and bring them back and evac that one, which has run out of ammo. Now back in come more fighters here, so I send the Phantoms back in again. Now these are actually bombers, so they're not going to do my Phantoms too much damage, but they're going to try and bomb the hell out of these buildings before he gets to land, and my Phantoms may manage to take out a couple of those bombers before they have to evac due to lack of ammunition. Now luckily they do get Delta, so could say job done, but you might say, well, hold on a minute, if you have a look at the rest of the map, we haven't got any units at all in the middle of this map, which is normally where all the battling is taking place. We've managed to get Oscar, and there's a CV now going to November. I've managed to get Lima and Kilo, and Nula's secured Mike, and those guys have secured this one up there. Got a couple of Lafayettes out, which will cover them against more aircraft coming in, as one's coming in now from Raymond Saint. That's going to get shot down by those Lafayettes, I expect, if it doesn't evac in time. In fact, it just gets away. So their team are up 1 point at the moment, just so the fact they've gone for a more conventional kind of start. Now I haven't really done too much yet, apart from land those and bring in those fighters, which has pretty much used all my points up at the start of this game, because they needed help basically. So I don't do a great deal at this point. I am now saving up for some ships. This side is pretty much free of ships now, and he's also got a couple of Lafayettes over there anyway, so we're pretty safe over here. The dangers now are in the middle, and luckily Mr. Jin is bringing some units up at least to this side, and it doesn't look like there's anything too much. Now I bring a Kongo in, Now my idea is I've got to do something to distract these guys and to try and help. Now I can see they're pushing units down from Echo, so I decided to bring a Kongo in to try to support these efforts over near this part of the map here and try to stop them coming down this road and along this tree line. I also bring in some SAS in choppers with a view of just putting them over in this area somewhere, just so that we get some prior warning. It's all I've got the points for at the moment, some prior warning before if they push out into these areas. And Nula and his friend Sonan have secured this area nicely and are pushing out some infantry into the surrounding countryside just to get a nice radius from which they can probably pressure their base, certainly from pressure Charlie and stop them getting that. We're now 1 point in the lead because we've secured November, Lima, Mike, Kilo and Oscar. Now I'll bring some fighters out. I've got these phantoms, remember. I'll bring 2 out at a time. I've still got 4 of them to try and protect my Kongo while my Kongo pushes up, because what ships are prone to, of course, is anti-ship missile planes and anti-ship choppers. So I'll bring out these fighters just to try to protect my Kongo a little bit if I can. In the meantime, they're certainly pushing into the middle here. So I tried to get my SAS off. I wanted to get them a bit further in, but we noticed these units here, so I decided to unload them. They've got some choppers in there. Trying to get this one unloaded. That gets unloaded as well, and I'll put that into this building just to try to deter them from coming in too far. I also bring another CV in a Lynx to try and get to Bravo so that we can up our points and try to put them under a little bit of pressure to make them sort of rush attack us and not take too much sort of time over it, to make them make mistakes basically. We're also getting one of these LCMs, which is a really good idea. So he's got a command unit in there and he's going to put that into Alpha. So now they're bringing a Jianghu. Now I turn my Kongo to engage this Jianghu. Now clearly they can see my Kongo. And I'll bring my phantoms in as well. Again, 2 at a time, just so I can keep a continual circling over my Kongo to keep my Kongo nice and protected. So it's not looking too bad unless they really flood the middle with units. Now the Kongo starts to fire its anti-ship missiles. It's just these Mosquet missiles are pretty damn good, very accurate. And this Jianghu, realising it's up against a Kongo, decides to turn around and go back the other way. And then in comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a couple more, load of anti-ship planes. Now my phantoms do chase, and they've even brought in some superiority fighters to follow up, which shoots down one of my phantoms. And my Kongo has a go at their planes as well. Now my Kongo took about 2/3 of its health away. That was a lot of anti-ship planes. Now I bring in some Super Pumas to try and keep this Jianghu at bay, because now that this is vulnerable, this Kongo, it's damaged and they're going to want to finish it off. I know they're going to want to finish it off. They're a good team and that's what you'd want to do. Is 500 points up for grabs. Not that it's a point game. Now the Super Pumas managed to intercept the Jianghu just in time before it starts opening up on my Kongo. And although I don't sink the Jianghu on this particular occasion, I don't think 3 more rockets going in. Oh, it does. In fact, it gets rid of the Jianghu, and those Pumas are taken back. Now I'll bring out a couple more phantoms to try to keep some sort of air guard over my Kongo while it's retreating, because I know they're going to bring those anti-ship planes straight back in and attack my Kongo again if they get another chance. And it's low on health. If they hit it like they did last time, it's going to go down. So you can see it's already battered and on fire. Meanwhile, they are pushing out and they've managed to get out into Charlie, and so they are pressuring up there. They've got a Lafayette coming down to Foxtrot, which will help stop them pushing through into that area as well. And in they come again with all their anti-ship aircraft. One more going to fire off another volley of missiles into my Kongo. My fighters are out trying to stop them. Another one of my fighters gets shot down, in fact. One of their ships gets shot down. All the anti-ship missiles come in. A few of them hit. and a few of them get knocked down, but now I'm down to 1 health and it's looking pretty damn battered. So one more hit on that and that thing is dead. Now I'm a bit short on points. One of my phantoms was shot down, so I've got 1 left up there just chasing away the last of their planes. So I get this back as far as I can. I haven't got a lot of points. I bring in these chaps. Now these chaps are amphibious. They can shoot from the water, and it's just a matter of can I get them into position in time for the next volley of anti-ship missiles that's bound to come. And in fact we've got a bomber coming in there, which my phantom isn't able to shoot down because it's run out of ammo. So one chap comes out, and I bring my Kongo back as far as I can possibly bring it to try to protect it. When it's on 1 health, it's looking pretty damned vulnerable at the moment. Now my Super Pumas have gone all the way back to the fob and have managed to reload, and they're going to be moving back into the firing line quite soon. Managed to secure Alpha with this CV here. And we've managed to secure Charlie with the infantry CV over there. So it did work in the end, and in come the aircraft again. There's 4 of them this time, going straight for my Kongo. I've got some chaps, but they're not in range yet, and the Kongo just manages to stop all of those missiles and gets actually hit by one of those but not destroyed, remains on 1 life, and the chaps actually managed to take down that. Now the next problem is another Django coming around the corner, and if that gets a couple of missiles off at my Kongo, that could finish my Kongo as well, and it certainly will take chaps down. Bring another phantom, and in fact I'll bring in a couple of phantoms to try to protect my Kongo, but they're not going to protect it against the Django. But Nula brings in a couple of F111Gs, 4 missiles each, 8 missiles, a lot of them hit that Django, and the Django goes down. So they are, it seems, desperate to kill this Kongo, which is stuck right out the way in the corner. It's not hurting anyone anymore, it's not going to go into battle, just leave it alone, it's conquest. But no, they decide they're going to have to kill it, bring in 3 more, 4 more is it? 4 more. Now my chaps are in a position now. I've thrown my phantoms, try and stun or take them out. They get their missiles off and just manages to stop all of their missiles from hitting, and then their air superiority fighter goes down. So the Kongo survives yet another influx of anti-ship planes. Now I'm pushing out my chaps a bit more just to try to get them out. Now what they should have done is come in from a different direction, maybe come in from this direction and attack my Kongo there. They would definitely have sunk it. Now I don't know what he's doing here. He's going to get shot down if he's not careful. Now my Super Pumas are back in position, and now I bring out a Lafayette to just push in front of the Kongo to offer it some air cover basically. So that's my next move. Now my thinking is if they send in another volley of anti-ship planes and we can get enough anti-air stuff out there, we're going to end up shooting them all down and getting, and you know, that's a lot of points wasted for them then. Now in the meantime, we're looking fairly secure in the middle, certainly over on this side. This side's looking a little bit shaky, but because they've got Charlie, we've got a bit of a buffer zone here. They're not really able to push a lot of units through there, they're probably a bit worried about what is in Charlie, and they're also trying to go forward as much as they can. Sonan and Nula still trying to push forward, keeping them busy over there. So now I've got my Lafayette, and I put my Lafayette now over to Papa, which is going to give us a massive lead in this game now. And my chaps are well out, and basically I don't think if they come from the north, these planes are never going to get through now. I also bring out a Oliver Hazard Perry, and I'm going to put this over to the east side over here, just to cover in case they do now decide to send their planes down here. Now they actually send a couple of Chongyus, which are sort of multi-purpose. I think they're Riverines, and I send my, they're not Riverines, no, I think they're coastal, are they? Is it coastal or Riverine? I can't honestly remember. Oh, they're rivers, so my pumas couldn't hit them anyway, I don't think. But I'll put my pumas into position in case they try and sneak around any more ships to try to attack my Kongo, and my Oliver Hazard Perry goes over there. So in they come again. We've got 6 planes this time, but now all my air defences are standing in their way. I haven't brought any more fighters in, but they do get more rockets off. 3 of their rockets head towards the Kongo, and it survives yet again. It doesn't actually get hit. In fact, it gets a shot off back and takes out one of their fighters. And I bring in another fighter just to fling around. Now, so my Oliver Hazard Perry is now covering this area over here, and my Pumas are covering against any ships that come in. My Chaps and my Lafayette are giving air cover for my port Kongo, which is still looking pretty damn battered down there. But it's done a really good job because it's brought all their units towards it. It's like a bait, it's like a trap for their units. I didn't mean it that way, but that's sort of what it ended up being. In the meantime, they are trying to make every effort to secure some more regions. They've managed to secure Foxtrot. They must have a unit in here somewhere for Foxtrot. But really they need to have a big push. Well, really they need to push these guys straight out of here. They've managed to get a CV over here into Charlie as well to neutralise this command. Although we're not that far off winning right now. Now I do bring in another Lafayette, and that other Lafayette's going over to the left as well to surround this Kongo even more. So that Kongo, I hope, will now last to the end of the game. In the meantime, all the guys up here are doing are slowly pushing forward. Loads of Fusiliers. Looks like he's got a British deck actually over here, Suman. Must have a British deck. Nula. I think he's got a mixed deck. So I'm not sure where this guy's going, Joker, with that CV. But they're trying to come round, they're trying to get in there, but the Lafayette's picking off these units that are coming down the road. You can see the massive long range that thing's got. You can shoot all the way across that open ground and take out units actually on this road over this side. I'll bring out some LCUs finally to repair my Kongo. I didn't bring these out at the beginning. I could have started to repair it immediately, but it was much more important to have the anti-air defences out rather than trying to repair the Kongo. Now they did bring in some Moskits, which are a shorter range but very powerful, but my Lafayette's sitting there to take them on. I've got these Super Pumas, and these two, the F11Gs come in again and pretty much decimate those Moskits. The ECWs, whatever it's called, ECMs, whatever it's called, the missile defense system on these Moskits isn't fantastic. So I think that was their last attempt to try to destroy my fleet. And Mr. Jin decides he's going to send some choppers around, probably to try and go up towards Juliet now. So we're on 973, so we're not far off winning now. They've just got a few units in there, they're just never going to push through there. So GG, and nice game there, and really I wanted to put that one up just to show the efforts that I had to go to try to keep my poor battered Kongo alive until the end of the game. So I hope you enjoyed this conquest game, and please do comment, like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.